ओम शांति ओम से लेकर गहराइयों तक दीपिका पादुकोण है बॉलीवुड की मोस्ट वांटेड अभिनेत्री, लेकिन इस लंबे करियर में पहली बार वो ऋतिक रोशन के साथ फिल्म फाइटर में दिख रही हैं। तो एक्साइटमेंट बहुत हाई है। और जब ऋतिक रोशन और दीपिका पादुकोण को सिद्धार्थ आनंद एक साथ फाइटर में लेकर आए हैं, तो इस जोड़ी को पहली बार पर्दे को देखना दर्शकों के लिए तो एक्साइटिंग है ही, दीपिका के लिए भी बहुत एक्साइटिंग था। और ये एक्साइटमेंट उन्होंने हमारे साथ शेयर की, क्योंकि फाइटर में पहली बार उनकी ऋतिक के साथ जोड़ी बन रही है।
One, I find it very hard to believe because I never trust anything he says. But having said that, no, he did mention this to me when we were, because I think an actor and a dancer of his caliber to say that, and the acting bit I'm hearing, I think for the first, I just don't take it seriously. But yes, I think of course, it's always special when you work with someone for the first time. It's also, there's a lot of discovering. You don't know. There's so much expectation. He's probably seen my work. I've seen his work. You always build this expectation in your head about a colleague. And when you go on to set, sometimes it's what you expect, sometimes it's more than what you expect, and sometimes it's just not what you expect. And for me, it's, to some extent, I'd heard about this phenomenon of Hrithik Roshan, but I think I experienced it for the first time. So everything that we've all heard about his craft and honesty and, you know, his process and all of that, it is that and a lot more. And the a lot more is what I've experienced after working with him. I don't think I've come across any actor who is so, like, there's just, he's just only thinking about this all the time. Every line, every movement, and yet so effortless. And yeah, I think what we were both able to do is just be very honest with each other when the cameras were rolling. And I think it is very, very special when you find an actor, another actor in front of you who can do the same thing, because otherwise sometimes it's a little difficult. And then it makes it fun, it makes it challenging. Then when your director says you want to do one more take, you look forward to it because you never know what is going to come out of it. It's not rehearsed. And that happens often. You work with people because they have a beat and you know exactly this is what, no matter how many times you do, this is exactly what you're going to get. And then you have actors where you never know what to expect. So in fact, it's really nice to keep trying different things. And most importantly, I feel like I've learned a lot from him. I don't think I've extracted his brain enough. I think there was an opportunity, because I'm very shy, and so I feel like I'll impose if I ask too many questions, but I feel like I had that opportunity.
Nonsense.
And I didn't make the most of it. But here is a person I feel like you can just learn so much from him. And there are moments where I've asked him questions and learned and observed, and I've definitely taken a lot from this as an actor.
दीपिका पादुकोण बॉलीवुड की टॉप मोस्ट अभिनेत्री हैं, लेकिन वो कुछ हटके फिल्में भी करती हैं। फाइटर में पहली बार वो वर्दी पहने हुए दिखेंगी और हमेशा कुछ हटके करने का प्रयास उनका बना रहता है। तो जानते हैं कि हिट, फ्लॉप और करोड़ों वाले क्लब को वो कैसे देखती है।
I think everyone felt a bit rattled, right? Because it was a new experience that everyone was coming out of. We've never experienced a pandemic, and I feel like pre-pandemic and post-pandemic, so once you come out of a pandemic, I think we made a lot of assumptions about where we're headed. Have things evolved? Yes, they have evolved, but I think we're jumping to conclusions very soon about, too soon in this journey, about what's working, what's not working. Only big budget films. I feel like there's, at the end of the day, actors service a script, service a director. And like I always say, I think you need to be true to the process. You invest in stories, you invest in characters, you invest in people, you invest in the journey. Now, if that happens to be a 50 crore budget movie or a 25 crore, I'm more than happy to do that. And I've demonstrated by doing that pre-pandemic. In fact, even post-pandemic, Gehraiyaan was one of them. So I'm always open. I've always been that actor. In fact, way before, I've done films like they didn't do well, and so we don't remember them.
Finding Fanny also, no?
I've done Finding Fanny. I've done Chapak. I've done Khele Hum Ji Jaan Se. So there are a lot of these movies that I've always been lots of these movies. So as an actor, for me personally, I'm most excited about telling stories, investing in characters. Now, whether that happens to be a 500 crore budget film or a 50 crore, I've never looked at that. I'm interested in telling a story.
तो उम्मीद है कि दीपिका पादुकोण ऋतिक रोशन की ये जोड़ी और पर्दे पर ढेर सारा एक्शन पठान के बाद दीपिका पादुकोण की एक और हिट फिल्म हो। मुंबई से ब्यूरो रिपोर्ट।